Okay, progressing from earlier on, what I'm going to do now is going to sort of go through it again a little bit more to take you a little bit more into it. So I could put an audio file up here if I wanted to, but what I'm going to do on this one, I'm just going to set up a simple instrument, put in a couple of beats like a 4-beat. I'm going to program the notes so that the sound, the lights go with the sound. So to do that, I'll come into my instruments, quickly into more instruments, go into my instruments, set up another instrument. So I'll set up a Pro 52. Okay, let's have a look at Pro 52, what notes we got there. Okay, so I'll quickly set up that instrument there to be the Pro. Come in here, set up another channel. What notes we got? One, two, three, four. Let's just check that quickly. Okay, so we've got that 4-beat there, yeah. Let's close that. There's the 4-beat. And I'm going to be coming back into Freestyler now. Okay, over here, the cue options, clear list. We cleared the list. Okay, that clears a list. And we're going to start another sequence to put it onto another button, and we're going to program a red, green, blue, white light with those numbers, so you get an idea what the sequence is, what you can do with the sequences. So close this, come over to your cue. There's the cue. You can see it's all empty. Next to your cue, create a sequence. Get control of your light. Okay, switch everything down so we can start again on everything. Set up the way we're going to want this. We're on like a red. Dim in right. It's a red. We work with, we swap it over so we can do the beam. Do that there so we can do the beam. It's a red. Hopefully you'll be able to see that this is red. If you can't, let me just move this up so the camera can actually see that it's a red. So anyway, we can see that that's a red. Yep, that's going to be red. Okay, that's red. Okay, we're going to save that sequence. That's it. Save as. So we've already done God Bless. Once we've done God Bless, we're going to open another one. So we open another folder here, and we're going to name it 4-beat. Okay, that's just 4-beat, 4-beat. So I've called that 4-beat. Okay, so double click onto that, we get 4-beat down here. Call your first sequence, whatever you want to call it. I call it sequence 1, 4-beat. That's all it's sequence 1, okay, because it's going to be in another file. Okay, so that's the first sequence for that particular one. Make sure it's gone into the queue. There it is, sequence 1. Okay, close that down. Another sequencer. Another sequence, we're going to be doing sequence 2 now. So swap your light over to green. Get rid of the red. That's coming through as green. Okay, save the sequence. Save as in 4-beat. I'm going to call it sequence 2. Obviously I could call it 4-beat sequence 2, but so yeah, called that sequence 2. Okay. Close that down. Check your cue. There it is, sequence 2. Close there. Create another sequence. So we're going to be on blue. Yeah, just controlling light. So save this. 4 beat. Going to play it in 4 beat. Sequence 3. Saved it. Make sure it's in the queue. There it is in the queue. Close it. Back over to create a sequence, and the last one we're going to do is white. Okay, it's white there. And save it in 4 beat. Save it as 4. There we go, saved it as 4 with the typing in it. Okay, save. Close it. Okay, it's all in the sequences now. I'm going to save this cue as another cue. So we'll save cue, and obviously we've called that save cue, but we don't want to actually call it save cue because that one was save cue. We're going to call this one 4 beat. So we call this one 4 beat. 4 beat. Okay, so that's in 4 beat. Open up 4 beat there, and we're going to call the sequence itself. It's going to be a name it in 4 beat, and we call it 4 beat. Okay, so we've got 4 beat, and it says add to current buttons tab. So yes, now it should add to a tab here. Save cue. There it goes. It's added it to the beat. So you can quickly make sure that our sequence works at this point. That was our sequence 1, which was it looks like a red or a pink or something like that. That's a red. That was the green. That was the blue. That was the white. Okay. So I don't know if it's coming out on the camera, but that was supposed to be a red. That was supposed to be a green. That was supposed to be a blue. And that was supposed to be, oh, it's fading in and out, that's why you get that colour turn. There's the white. Okay, so we've got that sequencer. To make you understand the buttons a little bit better, because we just saved that cue. Okay, to make you understand the buttons that we just programmed there, it's obviously this relates to this cue, so it's sort of setting off all that cue buttons. You can't see what that's, but it's pretty basic. It's only like the, when we click on this button, it'll set off that sequence because that's the sequence we got. So when we come back to this one, it comes back to the sequence that we've got there. This is how the buttons, and you can build your music songs to different sort of, you can build your music songs to the different buttons, or you can program your different sounds to the different buttons. Okay, at this moment we're going to be using sequence 4 beat. So let's go back into a sequencer, and we go into 4 beat here, and we've got that there, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the music that's playing. Okay, let's check the music that was playing again. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we come into internal MIDI, and we know that we're using red, green, blue and white. So the red's going to come on there, on that one. Red, green, 2. That's 2, that'll be the third note because that's how we programmed it. 3 went to wrong place. And 1, 2, 3, 4 on that one. Okay, so what we're going to get now, because we're on that button in the Freestyler, on that button, and because we're on this song in the Cubase, it's going to set off the control the light, so it should be red, green, blue. So here we go, let's check it out. Okay, red, green, blue, white. Okay, so yeah, that's sort of programming in the sequencer, and that's how we get in the sequencer to control the DMX lighting by programming that's pretty much the setup of it.
Neanderthal shows how the place notes in the Cubase sequencer activate the sequence channels programmed into the queue of the Freestyler program with the use of the Loop B1 internal MIDI board driver.